I'm Edie Bornstein, Vice President of Sales and Marketing for Azamara Club Cruises, where our key brand differentiator is destination immersion. Longer stays, more overnights, providing night touring. I'm here today with Claudius Dosikow, our destination expert. Hi, Claudius.
Edie.
Thank you for joining me today. And the Amazing itinerary we want to talk about today is from San Juan, Puerto Rico to New York City. On this wonderful itinerary, we begin in San Juan. So what is it for our guests to see and do in San Juan that makes it so special, Claudius?
Thank you for having me, Edie. I think one of the great things about San Juan right from the beginning is that it is very easy to get there. Flights from all over the United States, and also once you land in San Juan, the terminal from the airport, the ship's terminal from the airport, is only about a 20-minute simple taxi ride away. But once you are in San Juan, there are opportunities such as the beaches, golf courses, and of course the San Juan Old Town is just a wonderful place to stroll. And it is right at the terminal where the ships stop.
And not to mention, because we stay in San Juan late at night, our guests can go out to dinner there and go on to the casino before coming back to our beautiful jewel box vessel. So the next stop on this itinerary takes us to the U.S. Virgin Islands, doing St. Thomas and St. John. What can you tell our viewers about those two beautiful islands?
Well, those two beautiful islands, as you know, are sort of the jewel boxes of the United States Virgin Islands, the most famous ones, most likely. And both of them have wonderful beaches, where on St. Thomas maybe the shopping is more prominent than in St. John, but then on the other hand, St. John being a national park, actually 2/3 of the island are a national park, it has some of the most beautiful beaches in the entire U.S. Virgin Islands.
And then we move on to the British Virgin Islands, going to the beautiful island, so quaint, so beautiful, Virgin Gorda. What would you suggest our guests do in Virgin Gorda?
I particularly like Virgin Gorda because it offers opportunities to hiking, and it also allows you to visit one of the most beautiful beaches in the entire Caribbean by the name of the Bath.
And then we have at-sea days before we make it to fantastic Bermuda, where we're actually doing two stops, both Hamilton and St. George Island. So besides possibly running into Bermuda's most famous residents, Michael Douglas and Catherine Zeta-Jones, what can our guests do there?
Well, I just want to talk about being on board for a couple of days at sea, because I just love sleeping in the morning and then having breakfast on the terrace. But moving on to the Bermudas, we have decided to spend 2 full days and 2 overnights in those islands, and we will spend 1 full day docked at the waterfront in Hamilton with an overnight, followed by a full day and overnight at St. George, allowing people to shop, play golf, or just simply sightsee the many wonders of this really beautiful island.
Or just sunbathe on those beautiful pink sand beaches. I feel so fortunate because I've been to every destination on this itinerary many times, but perhaps my favorite, what I consider my hometown, regardless of where I am in the world, is New York City, where it ends. That's where the cruise ends, and we end up in beautiful New York City in the springtime. What are some of your tips for New York?
Well, the first thing I would like to say is, as we sail into New York, approximately 1 hour before we are scheduled to arrive, please be sure that you're out on deck, because we will be sailing past the famous Statue of Liberty. Furthermore, to make it very convenient to our passengers, we will be docked at the Manhattan Cruise Terminal, located on the west side of Manhattan, right around 52nd Street, very close to your lovely and famous shopping area.
Yes, well, the west side of Manhattan is great, and it's really a beautiful place to come into the Port of New York on a vessel or to leave out of. And in fact, when we say shopping, besides all the great shopping there is to do in New York City on Madison Avenue and Fifth Avenue and down in Soho, there's also great restaurants. And one of my favorite insider tips is a fairly new restaurant called Basque Bar. It's one of Jeffrey Chartero's new restaurants, and it's just the hot spot in the city right now, bringing all the cuisine of the Basque region, which is the #1 cuisine in the world right now, to New York City. So regardless of where you go on Azamara Club Cruises, you'll love where we take you, and whether it's on this itinerary or one of our other Amazing itineraries. Thanks for sailing with us. Bon voyage.
In our travel center, making it easier to travel. Flights, cruises, accommodation. Let us help your world unravel. In our travel center.